Welcome back to the Red Brand, to Raw, and we're kicking it off with Code of Honor. The formation of Aleister Black and Bray Wyatt's ideas, and this faction, as shown when Bray Wyatt appeared on SmackDown, is now cross-brand. So we have no idea whether or not Code of Honor are going to appear on SmackDown, whether they're going to start recruiting people, who knows. But we've got some massive developments for the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view that I'm going to speak to you guys about when this match begins. But now, Aleister Black is here with the Ascension, former tag champs who have a tag team championship match at Elimination Chamber for the belts against the Revival in their rematch from Hell in a Cell. Or just before Hell in a Cell when they lost them in that TLC match. And Aleister Black is in singles competition tonight against a very important opponent. And his opponent is no other than the Universal Champion, Pete Dunne, the Bruiser King, who will officially reach 365 days this Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. It has been an entire year of Pete Dunne being on top of the Red Brand. And last year at Elimination Chamber, he went in pretty early. I'm pretty certain he was in 1 or 2, and he was the only superstar to come out of a Chamber match still being the champion. However, this time last year, it was Halloween Havoc in place of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, because of the shifted calendars and the shifted schedules and pay-per-views and such. Last year, Halloween Havoc was when he took the belt off of Finn Balor. So after his Elimination Chamber performance last year, Pete Dunne was cashed in on by Finn Balor, and Balor only held it for a month. At Halloween Havoc, which lines up with this year's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, Finn Balor lost in a 2 out of 3 falls match against Pete Dunne, which was a very early setup for their WrestleMania match just a few months later. A few months down the line. However, the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view has had massive alterations to it, at least in the Raw side of things. So, we knew that Cody Rhodes would be fighting Triple H in a sort of winner takes control of Raw kind of match. However, Triple H took to Twitter after last week's episode of Raw and wanted to explain his actions a little bit more, because he doesn't want control over Raw. He just wants the right people being pushed, and he doesn't feel like that will happen with Cody Rhodes. As you know, you might see some of the more favoritism leaking out of Cody Rhodes later on in the night with some of the matches that I'm about. And now, lifting Black up with that Danielson special that he used on Ricochet, he broke Ricochet's hand back at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and the distraction by Code of Honor may have just cost their leader the match. Bitter end, 1, 2, and Aleister Black kicks out at 2. You might have noticed that British Strong Style aren't out here. British Strong Style aren't in their full form. Pete Dunne's come out alone. Ripley and Millie McKenzie are competing later on, so that's why Millie McKenzie's out here. And Pete Dunne has insisted that Mustache Mountain don't get involved in this matchup. He wants to impress new general manager Cody Rhodes, and Aleister Black just swallows up a whole heap of canvas there, right through his knees. Not sure how, but I've said it and I'm rolling with it. And now Irish whip into the corner. Pete Dunne with that enziguri, but not getting it to the face of Aleister Black, instead hitting the upper chest. And now punch to the gut, raking at the face of Aleister Black. And now getting him in... Oh my god, getting him into position for that stomp. Pete Dunne and Aleister Black fairly back and forth, actually, surprisingly. Pete Dunne usually quite confident, but this match has been pretty much about 60-40, 55-45. It was almost over there from an X-Plex. Aleister Black barely getting his shoulder up. And, oh my god. Aleister Black is lifting Pete Dunne by his face. Black Mass knocking Pete Dunne down. 1, 2. And Pete Dunne with a kick out. Both of these men are equal now. Each kicking out of each other's best moves. What a way to open up the Red Brand's first match of the night. And now Aleister Black still working on Pete Dunne's limbs. Now targeting the arm. Oh my god, went for a high angle suplex. Gets dropped with a German suplex instead by Pete Dunne. Who is now back into control of this match. Forearm to the face, setting up. There's the bitter end. Will it be a bitter end for Aleister Black? No, Code of Honor. Again, getting involved at ringside. And now Pete Dunne. Oh my god, with that butterfly lift. Looking to make Aleister Black tap, and he has. He has. I don't know if he's inflicted an injury, but he's managed to make Aleister Black tap. And now moving on to some women's tag action. Ripley and McKenzie, the current women's tag champs, putting their belts on the line against the Horsewomen in their rematch at Elimination Chamber from Hell in a Cell. But tonight they're going to take on a new duo, a new debuting women's tag team. And we know that music, but who is the team? And there is Smiley, Kylie Ray, and Bayley, the Smile Squad. Obviously throwing a few shots there at the Riot Squad. Now Bayley is in the Women's Chamber match over in SmackDown, I do believe. However, this is a cross-brand division. I'm a little bit thrown off there by Kylie Ray running around the place. It's caught me off guard. But here we go. Bayley and Kylie Ray establishing themselves in the women's tag division. Here we go, newcomers to the women's tag division. Now, if Ripley and McKenzie lose this match, then they're not going to be penalised in any way. Nobody's going to get added to that match, or the match is not going to be altered in any way at Elimination Chamber. This is just to gear them up a little bit and to decide who will actually be contenders following Elimination Chamber. Obviously, as mentioned, Bayley's already in the Women's Chamber. We might end up seeing her move on to Survivor Series and enter Survivor Series as SmackDown Women's Champ if she can dethrone Shayna Baszler in that match. But at the moment, she's doing pretty well at keeping Rhea Ripley at bay. So the next match that we've got on tonight's show, as Rhea Ripley makes that tag to Millie McKenzie, who barrels Bayley over, we've got the Intercontinental qualifying match. The next 3 matches of tonight's show are all setups for matches that are going to be happening at Elimination Chamber. And they're all going to be setups for Chamber matches. As Rhea Ripley regains herself on the outside, and Bayley's managed to regain control here against Millie McKenzie. And now here we're seeing the first little bit of tag team action as the Smile Squad hit a Doomsday device on Millie McKenzie there. Just a one on Millie McKenzie, who's been incredibly impressive, especially this season. Last season she showed up briefly, I believe. Oh my god. German suplex to Millie McKenzie. However, she wasn't able to capture a singles championship. And now German suplex there by Kylie Ray, who is taking the fight to one of the women's champions of the tag division. Now, we won't usually see Bayley on Raw. I want to just reinstate the fact that it is a cross-brand division, and it is currently the only cross-brand division, and hopefully will remain the only cross-brand division, as Kylie Ray delivers thunderous kicks and knee strikes to Millie McKenzie, and now continuing to do so. And now Mackenzie lifting up Smiley Kylie Ray. Snake eyes in the corner there next to Rhea Ripley. As Millie Mackenzie actually manages to take advantage and get a little bit of the upper hand. Over on NXT, we're soon going to be seeing the tag champions crowned over there and the women's champion crowned over there. We're unsure at the moment whether the women's champion will appear at Survivor Series, but we know that the tag division from NXT will appear in a triple threat tag match between 3 brands. The Raw tag champions, the SmackDown tag champions and the NXT tag champions. All battling it out in a triple threat tag match. And now this fight between Millie Mackenzie and Kylie Ray is spilled to the outside. Back suplex to Mackenzie from Kylie Ray, who is trying to keep the momentum going. We're at a 4 count at the moment. Oh my god, a super kick! That will certainly wipe the smile off of Millie Mackenzie's face if there was one. And there's another! Kylie Ray might have lost it a little bit. There's a third! Millie Mackenzie is out and Bayley is looking very, very happy. They're about to pick up a win over the champions, though not by pinfall. There's a 9. And there it is, the Smile Squad pick up a count-out victory against the champions. And now it is time for the Intercontinental Qualifier, and we've got a man who we've not seen in such a long time, Finn Balor, kicking off this side of the team. I suppose you could call them the team captain, sure. But Finn Balor is making his return. He was mentioned previously in the night, former Universal Champion, only a month-long reign. One of the shorter reigns in the Universal Championship history. Only a handful of champions, not even that. Finn Balor, Pete Dunne and Pac are the only champions to hold that belt. And one of his tag partners, a new debut. You may have seen him recently at Fyter Fest, taking on current Raw GM Cody Rhodes. Darby Allin making his debut on the red brand and could be going straight to Elimination Chamber. And their final team member, another man who we've not seen in a very long time, AJ Styles, who beat Finn Balor many moons ago. Back in the first pay-per-view of the season. Maybe the second pay-per-view of the season. I can't quite remember. But it happened, and that's the important thing. And now, their opponents, kicking it off with member of Code of Honor, their financial backing, Baron Corbin, the former Lone Wolf, unable to capture gold so far in Universe Mode. Now, of course, Baron Corbin did win the SmackDown Money in the Bank briefcase, but it's been erased from history. So this is Baron Corbin's official debut alongside his tag partner, Bobby Roode, the Glorious One, who lost to, I believe, Seth Rollins to eliminate him from the Universal Chamber. And now he could get revenge by winning the Intercontinental Championship off of Seth Rollins. And the final man is an NXT call-up, a superstar from NXT in the tournament. Previously faced Shane Thorne and unfortunately lost. Sammy Guevara, leader of the Panda Fam, is looking to make a solid impression here tonight and hopefully get to the Elimination Chamber, win himself some mid-card gold. So surprisingly, for this season, Baron Corbin actually has the most accolades out of this match. As mentioned, he did win the SmackDown briefcase, and him and Aleister Black plotted against Pete Dunne and Travis Banks and cashed in at Rebellion. And then Baron Corbin was fined, sent away to NXT, and then he was picked up by Raw in the shake-up, and then it's clear that things have been brewing for quite some time. But AJ Styles and Baron Corbin fighting it off in the corner there. Darby Allin and Sammy Guevara, the two indie darlings, fighting it out, and Finn Balor and Bobby Roode. 3 of these men are going to join Seth Rollins, EC3 and Marty Scurll at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view for the Intercontinental Championship. Oh my god, Darby Allin over the top rope there, taking out Baron Corbin. There's that daredevil attitude of Darby Allin. He's small and very frail looking, but he's certainly willing to just launch his body at anybody that gets in his way. I'm sure that the Elimination Chamber would be a perfect place for him to unleash the talent that man holds. As AJ Styles and Sammy Guevara had a very good showing in his match against Shane Thorne, and also in the Battle Royals, but unfortunately eliminated from the NXT Championship tournament. As Corbin now goes back to Darby Allin, manhandling the poor man, and a straight right hand there, and Darby Allin delivers one straight back. Oh, but the strength of Corbin just knocking Allin down. And now AJ Styles looking to come to the aid of Darby Allin. It looks like on the outside of the ring. Oh my god, calf crusher on Baron Corbin. Corbin could tap out here and cost his team the win. Darby Allin's just stopped Sammy Guevara from getting in. Oh, butterfly suplex, but Corbin has not tapped out. And he's in fact taking the fight back to AJ Styles, as Guevara dominates Darby, and Balor looks to try and hold the upper hand against Roode, but Corbin interrupts that. Code red by Darby Allin there. Corbin now looking to get into the ring. Oh my god, phenomenal forearm to Corbin. To Roode. And they pick up the win. Finn Balor, AJ Styles and Darby Allin. So there was a slight mix-up in the scheduling for tonight's show, and we have had to skip a match. But we'll make up for it next week, because we've now got a 2-on-2 Extreme Rules match. Sami Zayn looking to go to the Universal Chamber match with a tag partner, not of his choosing. Cody Rhodes has picked the 4 men in tonight's match, and they're going to have to take out the opposing team. And a man we've not seen since SummerSlam getting another #1 contendership opportunity. Now this one's a little bit different, because at SummerSlam there was a fatal 4-way. This time it's basically going to be a 6-pack in a chamber. So Velveteen Dream clutching, possibly at the bottom of the list when it comes to the upper division of Raw, but just clutching onto it ever so slightly. If he loses this match, he probably will move back down into the mid-card. And the first man, a man who lost to EC3 a few weeks back in a fantastic match just before the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view after SummerSlam. It was brilliant, but certainly disappointing for Kenny Omega. But it's no surprise that Cody Rhodes has given Kenny Omega the opportunity to go to that Elimination Chamber match. But who is his tag partner? And his tag partner is no other than Jon Moxley. Formerly known as Dean Ambrose, he had the Ambrose shitlist over on SmackDown last season, where he took out ECW legends, top tier superstars, tag team members, added them to his shit list. But now, after a disappointing start to the year, he's going back to his roots, back to the Moxley roots, and he's now on the red brand for the first time ever. Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega versus Velveteen Dream and Sami Zayn, and Dream takes down Omega instantly, whereas Moxley takes down Sami Zayn. And now both splitting off into singles matches, as we assumed it probably would. Uppercut there by Moxley, and now lifting up Zayn into a powerbomb and bridging it with a quick kick out there by Sami Zayn. I don't think we expected him to get the pinfall that early, but it was worth a shot. Certainly wasting some of Sami Zayn's stamina to kick out of that. And what is Moxley? Moxley's getting a table already. The match is barely into its first couple of minutes, and there's already a table being revealed. As Velveteen Dream and Kenny Omega battle it out in the centre of the ring. It's worth noting that Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley have not had Universal Championship opportunities in the past. Neither has Sami Zayn. Only Velveteen Dream has. Velveteen Dream twice this season. Once at Over the Limit in a triple threat, and once at SummerSlam in a fatal four-way. And now Moxley lifting Zayn back up into another powerbomb, but this time on the outside. Moxley and Omega looking to decimate some Raw talent. Oh my god, and Moxley through the table there by Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn with a reversal, dropping Moxley through that table that he set up himself on the outside. Giving Sami Zayn the edge here. An opportunity to get his own momentum built up. As, I mean, Velveteen Dream and Sami Zayn are not the team that you'd expect to see, but they've got... Oh my god! I think both members of Moxley and Omega just hit Death Valley drivers at the exact same time. Sami Zayn and Velveteen Dream getting powerbombed there needs to work together if they want to make it to the Chamber pay-per-view. Especially Sami Zayn. As mentioned, first Universal Championship opportunity. Omega going for the super kick. Dodged there by Dream. Russian leg sweep to Sami Zayn. As Moxley looked to upset Velveteen Dream. Dream ducked out of the way and Capaldi got hit with a thunderous wacky clothesline. Blue Thunderbomb by Sami Zayn as Dream and Moxley battle it out now on the outside. A ladder was brought into the mix. Pinfall attempt there by Sami Zayn. We might see a purple Rainmaker off the top. As Sami Zayn now goes out to Moxley. Looks to be looking for something underneath the ring. He's got a sledgehammer, but Moxley stopping him there with a back suplex. Omega managing to make it back to his feet to recover. Gain a little bit of energy. As Moxley relieves some frustration there. Went to do an outside dive there, but Velveteen Dream thought he was going to catch Moxley off guard as Sami Zayn is slammed into that barricade on the outside. Drop kick there by Velveteen Dream. To Velveteen Dream by Jon Moxley. And now another table brought into the mix. Velveteen Dream gets punched onto that flattened table. It's not false count anywhere. Sami Zayn and Omega at some stage are going to have to make it back into the ring. But at the moment, Dream... Oh my god, Dream and Moxley roll up there. And that's it! Out of nowhere, Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega go to Chamber, and Velveteen Dream looks very weak.